What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and in today's video I'm going to fill you in on everything we need to know about the Merchant in the upcoming Resident Evil 4 Remake. Let's jump right into it. The weapons of Resident Evil 4 Remake. The Merchant in the original Resident Evil 4 was a welcomed feature to the new style of gameplay that was brought to the franchise, giving Leon the option to purchase weapons with additional upgrades as he progressed and built up Leon's wallet. Now, we have seen some recent screenshots and now some even more recent gameplay that showed off even more of the Merchant and the arsenal. We have our handguns that we've seen so far, like the SG-09R, the Punisher, and my favorite, the Red 9. As far as the shotgun, this time around we have the W870 model. The TMP was also nicely showcased. And we have the bolt-action rifle, which was shown in the Chapter 5 gameplay, which is the SR-M1903. Now, a new addition to the arsenal is the bolt thrower, which offers recipes that can be purchased through the Merchant to make different bolts for the situation at hand. If it's stealth, the piercing arrows will do just fine. The same arrows can also be used again if you pick them up from the dead enemy. Leon can also find detachable mines and equip them with the bolt thrower for some explosive rounds. The grenades are also all here to help out in combat, especially the flash grenades, which can be made with a recipe this time from the Merchant. The weapons like Leon's handgun will also have laser sight attachments, and I'm sure that we will see even more attachments once we get further into the game. The rocket launcher can also still be purchased from the store, and this time it's going to set you back about 80,000. Maybe we could still find one in the castle like in the original. So far, as of this video, these are the weapons that we know about in the remake, but as most fans know, there's even more in the original, and I'm sure we will see that as we go from chapter to chapter in the remake. More shotguns like the riot gun, the striker. There's also the semi-automatic rifle, which just rips through heads and parasites once it's fully upgraded. And oh wait, there's one other thing. Oh yeah, the knife. We can't forget to talk about the knife here. Now Leon can wield multiple knives in Resident Evil 4, and that is going to help with the new parry system that is going to help you deflect enemy attacks and counter them for some nice melee action, and you'll also be able to stop them from transforming into parasites when they're on the ground twitching. Now, the one thing I like about this is the power, the durability, and a repair can all be done with the Merchant through Leon's journey, adding a whole different layer to the knife in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Players can still use the D-pad and assign which weapons are in which spaces, which makes combat very easy and fluent as you can switch to whatever gun you want right on the fly with the D-pad. Attaché cases and typewriter storage. Just like in the original, Leon can upgrade the storage by purchasing different size cases from the Merchant. This time around in the remake, different cases offer different perks like increased drop rate for resources. This also brings in the charms that offer things like chicken charms, which can change any egg into a full heal for Leon. This new addition is really cool to see in the remake, and it looks like each charm attaches to a different section of the case. There's 3 options for left, center, and right, so only 3 charms for each case, which is a good balance for the player. The attaché cases and charms can both be accessed and swapped out at the typewriter, which now acts as not only a save station, but additional storage, which is another nice feature where the old cases don't just disappear. Leon can now access the charms and the different cases all from the typewriter storage. Treasures, trading, and crafting. Treasures play a huge role in the original Resident Evil 4, and of course we have our treasure maps that are back. Many treasures have multiple pieces to them, so it's important to see what each piece needs and to hang on to it as you follow the treasure map and find all the things you need for the treasure to increase its value. All of this will help Leon out with his currency and will keep you afloat with the constant stops to the Merchant. A new feature that they added is the trading. You can trade things for a treasure map, weapon attachments like the laser sight, or even other pieces of treasure. This is a nice feature that rewards the player for exploring or going down additional paths for treasures and resources. Another side note to this is that there is a feature that now allows key items like the insignia key to be sold when Leon doesn't need it and he can get some extra money. And of course we now have the crafting, which was in recent Resident Evil titles, is now making its way into Resident Evil 4 Remake. Leon can gather materials around the map to craft things like ammo and health, and recipes can also be purchased to craft even more in Leon's favor. Side missions. The merchant doesn't just have one little medallion search like in the original. There are several in different locations in this game. Many of the rewards can be resources and a certain amount of treasure. Some of them, like we have seen in the gameplay, make you encounter enemies like the wild dog, while giving you location to search and finish off the quest. These are all things that I can't wait to dive into, and it makes doing extra things more rewarding, especially if you're feeling up for the challenge. Having some layers to the expanded map while keeping the memorable location is just what we want to see as fans. So that is everything we know so far about what the Merchant has in store for us in the upcoming Resident Evil 4 Remake. What are your thoughts on the Merchant? Let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned as the road to Resident Evil 4 Remake continues.